the last call, thinking that I know you're not sure. Make a long stop, ready or not. I see you, but I need to know more. What you wanna do? Cause I know we didn't dance, but I saw you watching on the dance floor. Maybe at the exit door, and baby we could talk some more. Oh yeah, you stand beside me. Oh Lord, you're watching me, and you feel it.
Greetings. Good afternoon, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly Lunch and Learn.
In terms of business, if you have a dream, go for it. Pursue it. Work hard at it, because with anything that you want to do, it's going to come hard work. You know, if you don't put the hard work, if you don't put the time into it, it's not going to flourish the way you want to.
Maybe advice for anybody who's looking to start a business, like just do it. Start off small and then kind of expand. I know sometimes it can be overwhelming, but like once you're in it, you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this long time ago?
Love you. Tell yourself, I love me too. I love you, Amina. Love you.
When you open your heart and your mind, you're opening up to your blessing.
Yeah.
Greetings, and good afternoon, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly edition of our Lunch and Learn, the place where we celebrate Black history, present and future, every day, all day, and all month, and all year. Today we're going to have a real conversation. Let's just say that. Not that we don't have real conversations, but a lot of times it's about business and tools and a lot of things that we've learned and things that we can take. But today we're diving just a bit more deeper. We're going into what happens when success is detoured. And today we're with Radri Woodson, who I'd like to bring up to the stage.
Greetings.
Greetings, Brother Woodson. How you doing today?
I'm all right. How you doing, Jen?
I'm good. I'm really looking forward to this conversation as I have my own experience of this conversation and topic from the other side of it, from the children, from the being a child of side of it. So I'm really looking forward to your share. What I'll share with the community today is how we're going to run this, is that I'm going to pass the stage to Brother Radri. He's going to dive into his journey and share with us his experience. And then we'll come back with a Q&A. So community, if you have any questions while he's giving his presentation, please drop them in the box. And I have my own list of questions that I'll be coming back to ask. And we'll be learning a lot today. So with that note, I'll pass the stage over to you, Brother Radri.
Good afternoon, everyone. Radri Woodson from East Orange, New Jersey. Basically, talking about detouring success. When I say detouring success, I mean as in back in our minds, we know all along right from wrong, and we know how smart we is, but we ignore them thoughts that we have with ourselves, and we ignore when other people see more in us than we see ourselves. So throughout my journey, I don't want to say I didn't know, or a lot of things is new to me. I already knew how smart I was. That's why I wasn't really into school at a certain point. I knew my capabilities. I knew my leadership skills. And it got me far in a negative and positive aspect. And when I say that, I'll start from the very beginning. I was raised by a mother of 5. And later on, she took on an additional 1. We didn't really go through what a lot of people go through in the urban homes. We can't say we wanted for much unless we wanted really extra things. At the same time, we was taught, I wouldn't say we needed that father guidance, because my mama gave both. She gave us the father figure and a mother figure. My mother was street smart as well as book smart. So she raised us to survive through both. She raised us not to be no punk. She raised us to work hard, basically, and use our brains. Throughout my life, I struggled, but I blame myself. I don't have much excuses as I got older. I realized I was my own downfall. When I say that, I look at it as I choose which lane I wanted to be in, and I drove myself down it. I always made my own decisions. It's just that anything and everything I did, I always wanted to be the best at it, no matter what it was, bad or good. I made up my mind I was going to be the best of it. I was going to come out the star of it. So basically, going to dive into it's not where you started at, but it's more so on never giving up. Don't give up. Well, you got to start over no matter what. Don't give up. It's not written. When you think it's over, it's not over. And a lot of times we tend to pray, and when we're in bad times, and I realize the prayers in good times count more. So basically, I'm going to give a little brief of my little history. Started out young, East Orange, hanging out in Inwood Park. It wasn't bad. We was into sports. We played sports together. Growing up, some great friends with some great hearts. And we basically did everything together. We just really stuck together. And it led us into other things. We figured we sticking together, going against other neighborhoods. We joined a gang. And I don't want to say gang. I want to say a brotherhood. But it's a gang. And later on, you know, when you gang and all those things, other things come with it. So throughout my years, you know, doing what I'm doing on the negative aspect, playing the streets, they say what you do in the dark will come to the light someday. Well, as a teenager, I made a decision. Well, I've done a lot of other things, but this one, it caught up to me. I committed a shooting. End of 2007, I committed a shooting, which cost me 7 years of my life. I was great. I was fortunate. I took a plea for 8 years. The judge seen something in me and gave me 7 years. And I came home in December 2013. And I had some mishaps throughout that process. I've been back and forth in and out of jail since then, but not to prison. Had some more cases after that. I didn't have it all together after that. I was more a loner. I felt like time owed me time. I felt I had a lot of catching up to do. I felt I lost a lot. And throughout life, I just felt, you know, throughout my jail days, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of bad days. I was able to manage. I was able to survive. I've always been a survivor. I always felt like no situation I go through that I can't handle. You know, always going to make the best of my situations, whether good or bad. But I fought at everybody. So I didn't use that time wisely. I used that time to get trades and further my education. But I didn't really get my mental together. I didn't dive into myself. Up until, I would say, the year 2019, 2020, I dived in myself. Just to backpedal a little bit, throughout prison, it was crazy. It was like messages and messages kept coming in different picture forms. If you look into the pictures, I was incarcerated with my brother. I got one older brother. I was incarcerated with my brother. The whole time he was in jail fighting this case, everybody kept it a secret from me. They didn't want me stressed out. They know I am about my brother. We Jordan and Pippin. And the CO came and got me and said, someone saying they're your blood brother. And I said, nah, no way. So they came, the van came and got me. They took me to see my brother, and that was my brother. And I got a lot stressful. Couldn't go to sleep at night. I was worried about something happened to my brother in here. And I was able to get him next to me, go to sleep, seeing him. They all seen how I was stressed. And that's when the first trigger went off in my head. My brother loved me so much, he wanted to be with me. I kept saying that. That's what made things better. My brother loved me so much, he wanted to be with me. So that message had escaped my head, but later on came back in life. And my brother loved me so much, he wanted to be with me. I could do other things, and he could be with me. Then moving on, I still didn't get it right, in and out of jail, and I just got tired. I mean, you're never really ready until you tap into yourself. And I took a self inventory and I reflected within myself. What is I'm tired of? Tired of back and forth to job. I'm tired of being counted out. Tired of people turning their backs on me. But nobody really turned their backs on me. They was accepting me for me, and they looked at it as I wanted this, but they seen this for me. But I was taking forever to get there. In 2018, I had my first child. In the midst of that, having my first child, I was fighting the case, which I ran from it for a couple years. And boy got pulled over. I got caught up, which everything happens for a reason. In the midst of me running, I wasn't a dummy. I was preparing for it. And somewhat, no matter what, my mother was always there, like the bad and all. And no matter how much we like go at it, she was always there. Like, so she, like, no matter what I go through, I was able to blessed to say that. And I just started feeling bad on myself. Not feeling bad, but like, if I know better, why can't I do better? Is I'm really a leader? Is I'm really smart? And I just took in all what I took into, and I just said, let me try something. I know what's the you get the results of this way. Let me try this way. So in 2019, 2020, I was always good at landscaping. Like, no matter what, I know how to do landscaping. I mastered at a young age. Started working landscaping with the mayor of East Orange now. He taught us landscaping. So I knew that all my life. So I said, why not use the craft that I mastered to start a business? I got tired of working for people, couldn't accept authority well. So I started out a year alone, very successful, one of my best years. And I seen how much money you can make. And I said, whoa. And I felt more of myself. I felt like I was the man. And in my own way, I was living for myself now. So that motivated me. And one thing about me is I'm a person, I like to see smiles on other faces around me. I don't feel right if my friends not smiling the same. I don't feel right if I'm doing it by myself. I like to bring others. But when I pick the others, I like to choose people that somewhat don't believe in themselves or somewhat have doubts within themselves. So I can show them how to believe in themselves by the same steps. And I like actually pushing people through that door instead of just talking to you about it. Because I'm not a person that you would just talk to. You really have to show me. And from the midst of me doing that, I started seeing how successful it started becoming. The great people such as politicians, great people seeing what I was doing and tapped in with me, started sending me clientele. Everybody was just so proud of me. And it was just shocking how much I had from peers from all sides of my town. I was beefing with when we was younger, people that may have done something to me or I may would have done something to them. They started saying I'm proud of you. And I started like hearing that more than, oh man, Rowdy on some BS, this, that. So it was always Rowdy versus Radri. And I don't know why I used to let Rowdy beat on Radri. So more and more I started diving in myself, start caring what people think, and focusing on myself. And I was liking my results better. And it built my character and it built me. And from there on out, 2021, Big Sis Ish, we kept talking about how things is in our neighborhood now. And we sat back through debates like, but we started this. We deconstructed these streets. Like, so we kept saying, oh, the youth nowadays, they wild, but we're not thinking what age we started. So together, along with another friend of mine, we started a nonprofit called Street Maintenance. And it's basically youth outreach, youth mentorship. And the difference was we're actually on the streets and it's 24/7. You call anytime when we're looking for you. We want to repair our community where we put the ingredients in deconstruction. We made it this way, they just turned it to another level. Excuse me. So we didn't think we'd get the turnout that we ended up getting on the streets wise, with the way the kids interact with us. They start calling us real. So we understood our mission more. October, we had a loss of a youth in our city. And it was like that calling for me was enough. But I've more so seen myself, not as the kid that lost his life, but more so as the one that may have done the shooting. Because I once could shot a team as a team. So I seen myself and I said, how can I help fix this problem? And we went to the mayor with it. We went in. We went in with our city. And he said, let's do it. We formed a street engagement team and we started going to the schools, speaking to the youth. Now, this day, along with Postpartum and Kamuz Khan, two other nonprofits, we all collaborated and formed a street engagement team. The most we ever reached kids in our open gym and mentorship program was 75 kids. On an average, we had 50 something. That was way more than we thought kids. And it was just off of they calling us real. And we don't try to change them. We more so see ourselves in them and we try to detect whys and box them in with other options and resources while looking at our younger self and not judging them, knowing what it is to make the wrong decisions, knowing what it is to have the wrong fit friends. 4 years of high school, you meet new friends all 4 years. So that's different influences. So we know what it is and want to impress this person for popularity. We know what it is. So we just try to show different in our way of still being able to relate and connect. From there on out, I seen that. I said, well, I got to keep going. That was volunteering work. So I said, we got to make this blossom more. What can I do? So that was the second entity. Next week, I will be starting with one of my closest friends. We'll be going into trucking. So I told myself every year, God willingly, long as I continue getting blessed, I have to keep blessing others. And I just wanted to keep going. I just want to inspire people that like, it's never too late. No matter what you've been through, use it as motivation. Like if your experience, I'm grateful for my experience. It got me where I'm at today. I could have been dead. I could have been ready to chill. I mean, I'm grateful and I get where I'm at off of blessings. And I cherish my blessings.
Whew. All right. I have so many questions for you and so many places to go with this conversation. Just first of all, I want to thank Rowdy and both Radri for showing up today. The transparency is well needed and much appreciated. These conversations don't happen enough. We hear the conversations all the time about stop the violence, but there's never really the conversation of having done my own healing work and my own growth work and expansion work, I know that what it took was for me to see other women that had gone through what I had went through, that had actually experienced these things. Because, like you said, it's always easy for somebody to tell you something, but we don't really hear. Like, people do need to show me what healing looks like. We need to show people what it looks like to be true to who you may have been, whether it's right or wrong, good or bad. All of that is just somebody else's judgment on you. You know, the fact that you're able to admit that you've had transgressions against another person, that's huge. It's huge because we're not perfect. We're not perfect human beings. We're human beings living a real life experience. So when the fact that you're out there and you're showing these children that, yeah, you've been rowdy, you're not trying to dismiss rowdy, bury rowdy, get rid of rowdy. You're honoring who rowdy was, but also showing them who Radri can be and who they can be and another direction that they can go. So we had some comments in the chat. So I'm thinking that this may be one of your siblings possibly, or your mom, and it's Radri Woodson. And am I saying the name properly?
Yeah, it's my younger sister.
All right, so your younger sister wants you to know that she's extremely proud of you. And then she had also dropped in the chat that in her opinion, being better can be extremely challenging for some people, that the change starts within. And I 100% agree with her because I know. So first of all, I want to honor with you because I read in your bio, you mentioned that you are 6 years alcohol free. Yes. And I want to honor you for that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but if it was something that was a vice on you, than just taking that step to have it in control. So I can relate to that in the area of being a party girl, and maybe some other folks out there can kind of relate to when you're at that path in your life. And it's like you have to really make the decision. So I would love to know, you did mention that you mentioned the different things, like different elements that helped you get to deciding to go on this road, the arrest in 2020, was it 2021?
Yes, 2019.
The arrest that made you shift and being wrongly, falsely accused and other things. But what would you say was the pivotal moment internally that made you decide to say, you know what, I'm going this way instead of that way this time?
Honestly, a lot of people, I'll be coming this way, and when a lot of people see me, they'll go this way. And a lot of people just didn't want to be around me no more. Like, and it's like, as more people shied away from me, I had some friends that was around no matter what, and make sure you get through that door. But that's not the way you want to live, you know. Everybody run away. And I kept, it was only me facing my consequences. Like, I was in my own way, and I seen it. And like, my grandma was gone. I turned up a little bit drunk or more, but like, it's like, all right, what excuses can I make? I'd have been in programs, inpatient, outpatient, my behavior, been through so much. And it's like, no matter, you take little information from you learn something from anybody you connect with, group settings, whatever, but you're not really tuning in because you don't want to hear it at the time. So you would never really convert until you ready. And it was just like something said, you ready. And it was all right, well, let me try this then.
Overstood. I hear that. So basically, like Rainier said, the change it starts within.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful that you're joining masses and creating teams because what I also know is that once we do have that change within, we need help, we need assistance, we need guidance, we need support. We need those people that believe in us and the people that, again, look like us that have actually been through it as well. You also have a comment from Donnell Epps. He says, I'm so proud of you, bro. You've grown a lot from the Rowdy I used to know.
Appreciate it, bro.
And Simpleton 305 from YouTube says, showing me what healing looks like. That's real. Yeah. I definitely need to see what it looks like. We can talk every day, all day. We can get up and have rhetoric that we give. But until we actually do what you're doing, showing up in these communities, because we can have so for me, I remember early on when Bill Cosby had this, all this stuff go on, I really kind of stayed away from it all the way because I had already had my own feelings on him. And it was from his rhetoric of his I forgot what he called it, his whatever that he had given to our community. But it was basically talking about our young men so poorly, but yet I saw no support from him for those same young men. It's these young women you're over here putting in college, and now we know why. And I mean, sorry about any Bill Cosby fans out there, not to go there, but I mean, just for me, I've always been that type of person as well. Like, show me who you are, and then I know whether I want to travel down the lane you're going at all anyway. So you have a lot of love in the comments, and I definitely will be remiss not to give it all to you. So Sweet Boy Drip says, a Facebook user says, a true motivator and leader, and I definitely get that. Eric Palmer gives you got a lot of arms up.
That's one of my motivators.
I love it. Cassandra Miller is so proud of you, and Nana Manu is giving hands up. So
postpartum.
So question for you, right? What are some of the challenges? Because I've heard through your share some of the questions that I would have asked you already about the strides of your business and the impacts that you're making. You definitely shared that already. But can you also share what are some of the challenges that you're like building the teams and all of that? What do you have to face? And what would you offer to others who want to do what you're doing, who may want to use their experience and get out there and start creating teams as well?
I would say, regardless of what, have faith. You're going to face a lot of denial. A lot of doors going to close in your face. And I came up with a name for that, the way I was reacting. It was called passion and aggression because of my reactions. Some people I had to bite my tongue because I said I don't want to reveal the rowdy to them. So some people I just got to turn around as I'm on my way to, well, why was I denied? Sometimes you got to take it as they see something in you, but when you come, they want you to come with not just with pieces, come with the full package. So don't take a denial as no and that's it. I look at it more as, oh, I'm going to work harder. And the next time I come, I basically guarantee, I bet against myself. I guarantee I won't get denied. So denial makes me work harder.
I like that. And I guess denial, I hear that it keeps you pushing through and also has you sort of stop and self-reflect and say, what can you improve on? What can you have them not say no the next time when you come back?
Really, the most important thing is gain the knowledge and the education behind whatever you're trying to do first. And it's like I had the things of depending on what is I'm working on or focusing on, I skim through like a content just for that. Instead of you need to read everything to dot your I's and cross your T's, so that when you can come prepared.
Understood. So preparation also got that. All right. So question for you. What else do you need for your organization and like how can you be supported? How can the community support you in your endeavors in getting to me this is a mass movement that needs to be had. You touched on it in your presentation about the youth and how we're so quick to look. I mean, it's everywhere. Every city has it going on. Every city is experiencing it. But I have it that anything that we had going on in my generations, and I was a teenager in the 90s, is like triple, quadruple fold at this point. You're talking you're talking decades later. You're talking social media, the pressures, so much more news, things in their face that is just like a lot of anger and sadness and depression and hurt are living in people, and we don't really stop to take a moment because we're just so busy just moving and grooving. We're so busy just looking at the big picture, like I have food on in my stomach, clothes on my back, and that's not enough to be okay. It's not enough to be okay when they're watching their friends here one day, gone the next. And what I also see that they're experiencing at a higher rate than my generations is not only the ones that are being taken away, but the ones that are deciding to leave. So it's like so many layers to these to the generations of youth that need so much support and need people like you. What is it that you could use to support you?
First, before I really tap into that, I really want to say, when you say that, we as adults, we say, I wish I knew what I know now back then. Don't hold what you know in now. Share that with the youth. That becomes encouragement. But, and when I say encouragement, basically what I need now, as far as adults, our youth need us. And they say to us, Nana could tell you, Manu, Casey could tell you, we wish we had people like y'all. Y'all really real. Y'all supportive. We need more people like y'all. It started out rocky with the kids, but they felt the connection. Don't count these kids out. They want to be loved. That's all they want, to be loved. And don't look at the behaviors. Try to detect the whys. Detect the whys. It's pain in these kids. And it's really from what we failed to repair when we started it. It just moved up generation to generation because everybody said, I don't give a damn.
You know, I love that you said that because you tapped on something at the top also that you shared about your mom. And I said, you know, it's so dope that she was able to do that, but she shouldn't have had to. And sometimes those little things that we don't realize that have you ever heard this saying, we don't know what we don't know?
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't know what we're missing when we don't know what we're missing because we missed it because we didn't have it. So I also have it that, you know, I love what you're doing and deciding to stay and be there and be solid for your children because all children deserve a mom and a dad if that can be. If not, then it is what it is and we do the best we can. And I'm glad that she did. At the end of the day, the job that she's done has had you be able to choose and make a choice for yourself and be here today. So I'm honored to be part of a supportive group of people that shows up.
She did something right. 4 of us entrepreneurs.
Dope as hell, and to be here to have a platform for you guys to come and present, and also let them know that they are welcome to come too if they'd like to bring their business to the presentation and come to the stage and share with us. So I definitely heard that what's needed is a little bit more adult support. So maybe helping grow those teams. So maybe volunteers is what would be
Yeah, passionate, and genuine.
volunteers.
Volunteers, and also I know a lot of people got like good jobs at places we could bring these kids to. We gotta bring them out of what they used to. You know, when you go different places, it makes you want to feel. It makes you feel good and feel different, and then you come back and you throughout the growth process you start adapting. So if you got great jobs as far as like trips we could bring these kids, we take any donations. If you look in the comments, you could get with Casey Tola for any donations. As far as these kids, we all do everything out of pocket. We work on a day, meet these kids at 3. So we basically fund everything out of pocket on our own. So feel free to donate, trips, anything. Reach out. If you want to come through, we every Friday we have speakers, different speakers. If you feel you have a motivational connection, come on out. It's a volunteering thing, so everybody's welcome.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So those are the gems and actually those are not the gems. Before, let me see. Actually, I want to do this part and then we're going to go somewhere else with the conversation. So we hear what you need. You can use support. You can use places where where you could take the children. You could use donations as well as time.
Yes.
All right. And what are the other gems? Hold on. Rainier has a message from your mommy. Mommy wants you to know that she loves you and is proud of your journey. She wants to know that she's watching you grow.
Appreciate it.
She sees you. And with that said, what gems, what you point out the things that you would like the community to walk away with from today's conversation?
The main thing I want you to walk away, I'm sorry if I keep reflecting on the youth, but we demanded 2023 as a youth takeover. But when you see these children out here, don't just say your kids. All these kids is all of our kids. Because when I see your kids, they're one of them. And what you think your kid's not doing, you just don't know. We were 4 years, they meet new friends for 4 years. That's different influences. Don't be in denial. If you see a sign of it, you don't have the skills or whatever, come through and holler at us. Holler at a coworker, holler at someone. Don't look outside looking at no one else's problem, situation, because it could creep up on you and you're going to handle it worse. So we all just got to really help one another. Don't be selfish. Life, you cannot be selfish. You will get nowhere. I got where I'm at today off of who I know and who seen my growth, who understood me, who seen where I got. A lot of people came back and gave a reach of hand. I'm blessed. A lot of them backs that was turned, the important ones never turned. So I did not get anywhere I got alone. It's all right to ask for help and it's all right to vent. Don't hold it in. When you hold it in, it just it reach a boiling point and it's going to break. You're going to break yourself. You're going to react different. Sometimes it's okay. Find that venting buddy. And it's best to find someone that went through it. Shared experience. Oh, man.
I love it. I love it. So you actually, it's interesting because, right, God divine always happens. You have an offer from someone in the chat. As you were saying that, Donnell Epps says, sorry, bro, I have to go back to work. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know. I'm still drawing and doing tattoos. And if my craft can help you in any way, please reach out to me ASAP. That's definitely an area that I know that it saves a lot. I've met at least 10 young men and a few young women on my own that I know just tattooing has saved their lives and learning the art of turning their drawings into body work. It does something amazing to that person. Like you see the artist in them and the creative and just everything in them blossom. It's like a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Yeah, well, That's what separates us. We don't try to put thoughts in these kids' head. We figure out from one-on-ones initially, figure out what do they want to do without no one. We'll wait till when you're ready. Okay, come back and see me when you're ready. You don't know, and we make sure we push them through them doors. We have a couple of our mentees working. We just had one shout out to Yanni. She was accepted to 4 colleges. She chose Stockton. She just received a certificate from Mayor yesterday. So we definitely working. Like we definitely working. I couldn't pick a better team. You know, Wayne, Deshaun, Aisha, Talia, Nana, Casey, Jazz, Mahon. Couldn't pick a better team. I mean, my 2-year vision was over exceeded in probably a month and a half. I tell you,
That's so dope.
our city's talking. We see the results. The kids love us. They bringing friends. They asking how can they get hired as staff. We tell them bring some more friends. Now we owe uniforms to kids. That's where we at right now. So
I'm like, and in my mind, I don't know how right it may be or not, but I just envision y'all whole own building, like we who PAL what PAL who you don't gotta go to PAL, go over there where you know that everybody's gonna look like you and be real, really, really real with you, and not just based off of the structure that they have to go off of. And even though, let me not shun the PAL because I met some amazing counselors when I was a kid at the PAL, but they had to be like heart-centered and very, just different. They weren't really going on the PAL mode. It was like, no, I'm bringing who I am to the PAL. They getting me, not you getting us.
Yeah, we work with like school principals and school resource officers from the East Orange Police Department, and they tell us about different kids. So they give us information. It's like a little collaboration. They give us information, and the principals give information, so we get better understanding of the kids. So that helps a lot also. I mean, once it's like once a ball get rolling, it's more people that been wanting to do it, just didn't know where to start or afraid that it wouldn't connect. So it's all like everything is paced in itself.
Well, I'm so grateful that your journey has not been for naught, brother, and that it has been for something, and just for this moment, for you to be the one, for you to come and to stop yourself and to build this amazing team of people that you have. And you got a little more love in there. It says your big sis, Mama Gia said, I'm watching you. I'm so proud of you, and continue to be transparent. Let the world know that change is still coming. Keep up the great path you're walking. Motivation is key.
Sure.
Beautiful. I just really hope that I would love for the community, please out there, if you can, just share this video. This kind of conversation needs to be had. It needs to be spread. It needs to be, these seeds need to start really growing these trees, because, if you just hearing you speak of the police department working with you, that changes and shifts a lot of the dialogue around police departments, which I know is there. And it's not fair sometimes that the faces of every cop gets the faces that we see on our TV screens and on our cell phones. So I'm grateful that you're doing this work. They're meeting you in the middle, and that this needs to be spread and spread and spread and spread.
I definitely appreciate East Orange Mayor Ted Green. I mean, he's a street. He's been around me since I was 8. Taught me landscaping, and now I have a landscaping company. So it's a great opportunity to have him in the seat, and he doing what he doing. He taking my ideas. He let me work. He stand back. I text him week reports. This was going on, and he stayed back. So we appreciative. Like it's definitely great for great people around me. And I call it I was blind, and now I'm woke. I'm woke, and I don't sleep. I work nonstop.
Beautiful. And what are your children's names? Because I know you flashed there.
Yeah, my oldest boy is Zayden Amar Woodson. He's 4 years old. He'll be 5 in April. My youngest is Roman Jair Woodson, and he's I want to say 17 months. He's born September 2021. My firstborn, that's my hero. That's what stamps the change. My secondborn, that's my baby. He different. He always knows something wrong. When I get a little emotional, I keep him out of school. Like I tap in with him throughout the day. He know to grab my face or something. He lets me know everything gonna be all right. So they both I connect on different levels. Those are my heroes.
So when they ask who you do it for,
My boys.
do it for them. That's what's up. So speaking of your boys, I would just like to take a moment. I know I would like to honor you shared some information at the top of our call before we went on. And I would love, may I ask, is it the brother that you spoke of that?
Oh no, we've been long time friends forever. Like couldn't be raised no different way than as brothers. I mean, lost a lot of brothers, but this one, like, for some reason, was like real impactful between him and Tarad. But that was, yeah, that hurted me. It bothered me mentally.
Got you. Well, community, I'd like us to take a moment of silence. Radri shared with me at the top of the call that he lost one of his brothers 2 weeks ago. Brother Taha Johnson, did you say? Taha Robinson. I'm sorry about that. And I just wanted us to take a moment of silence just to honor the brother, honor Radri, and all that they stand for.
You can switch.
Would you like to say a few words about him? You can take the picture down.
Yeah, I can say a lot about him. That guy right there, man. Excuse my language, but he was an asshole. And in a good way. In a good way. I don't care if it's 2 people in the room, 3 people in the room. You're gonna have fun. Laugh. Any sport he knew how to do. My only friend I probably know that played soccer. He played every sport and talented. He's a little guy with a heart of a lion, and I mean it. It ain't nothing. I mean, and like he always thought people he was looked at a different way, but he don't realize like he was always that little Taha. Like he was like my oldest son at points. At times, I always got to watch over him, even though I knew he had himself. But you never really know like what someone really mean to you until they gone. Like and like you like Taha was like one of my first friends. Like really one of my first friends. Like man. I just feel like he had a million ways to get it. So I just feel I got to keep going and make sure he lived through me. And like the best way I could. He always told me how he was proud of me. And he was actually just getting it all right. So I just, we never know when tomorrow is over or today is over. We really got to like dive in and focus on ourselves and just try to live righteous. And if you could, without it being a burden on yourself, help others. Because a lot of us I still need help. We all need help in some way, somehow. And if you see somebody frowning, ask them for that smile. It may start a conversation that will help them get through their day. You see somebody down, share a few words. Just even if you think they're annoyed, shoot 2 words of encouragement their way and keep it moving.
Amen. Thank you, Radri.
You got it.
Thank you. This was an amazing conversation, and the work that you're doing is amazing. And please, please, please keep it up. And I look forward to hearing more about what you're up to out there. I'll definitely be following you on Instagram. And do we have your social media or email or any type of contact information to drop in the chat for folks who want to reach out? Okay, please get your cameras out, grab that QR code, grab those QR codes, rather, I should say. There's also Instagram information on the bottom. Don't forget, Street Maintenance Inc. They're looking for volunteers, looking for places for you to bring the children, looking for donations.
Also, we have a street engagement email. You can follow me. You can message me and I'll get it over to you for the direct email for the street engagement team.
All right. All right, community. Thank you for being here with us today, Radri. Thank you. And
Appreciate you.
I'm the same. Appreciate you more. All right, community. Thank you, thank you for being here with us today. Thank you to all of Radri's supporters. I know it must be an amazing feeling to have people showing up for you. I know the feeling well. So, community, I just want to remind you that we still are taking vendor registrations, sponsorship registrations, fashion models, fashion designers, and performers for this year's Juneteenth event. Please do join us, register, follow, subscribe to all of our pages. And next week's guest with us will be Kiara Green, and she'll be discussing her journey as an African-American female entrepreneur. And thanks again, and see you guys next week.
The last call, thinking that I know you're not sure. Make a long stop, ready or not. I see you, but I need to know more. What you wanna do? Cause I know we didn't dance, but I saw you watching on the dance floor. Maybe at the exit door, and maybe we could talk some more. Oh, yeah. You stand beside me. Oh, Lord. You're watching me, and I feel it. Greetings. Good afternoon, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly Lunch and Learn.
In terms of business, if you have a dream, go for it. Pursue it. Work hard at it, because with anything that you want to do, it's going to come hard work. You know, if you don't put the hard work, if you don't put the time into it, it's not going to flourish the way you want to.
Maybe advice for anybody who's looking to start a business, like, just do it. Start off small and then kind of expand. I know sometimes it can be overwhelming, but like once you're in it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this long time ago?
Love you. Tell yourself, I love me too. I love you, Amina. Love you.
When you open your heart and your mind, you're opening up to your blessing.
Yeah.